have my mug. We all know what time it is. Some people just suck, and you need to protect yourself. Hey guys, it's Jess from Shestheposh. Welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about the ugly truths that happens when you buy a secondhand bag, that there are a lot of fakes out there. So I'm going to be sharing with you my review of the service Real Authentication, who I have used for many years to help authenticate my bags so I'm not stuck with a fake. If that's something you're interested in learning more about, please stay tuned. I make videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and they're all designer and fashion related. I never pay full price for any of these pieces. I'd love to share with you all my tips and tricks. If that's something you're into, please remember to subscribe below and ring that bell. Okay, let's get started. Okay guys, we are gonna be talking about the ugly truth that's out there. You know, you see me getting all these amazing deals that I have on Poshmark and buying bags secondhand, but the truth is you have to, I always get these bags authenticated, even though I may think that they are authentic, even though they look, I've had these bags before and I feel extremely confident. I am no expert, so I have to trust the expert. So I use Real Authentication. Quick story about them, I've used them for a while now, and I actually just recently purchased a vintage bag. And some of the things we kind of forget about is with these vintage bags, that some of them, you know, you didn't have authentication numbers, things when they first came out. And back when these bags were out 20, 30 years ago, people were faking these bags. So now you have vintage fakes out there. Like, bottom line, they're really good at faking bags. So I had this bag that I got that I was sure was authentic. It's MCM bag. I'm gonna insert pictures for you. It's a backpack, red quilted, and I just thought it just looked amazing. It was vintage red. I wanted to get a new backpack vintage bag to add to my collection. And when I saw this bag, I fell in love. There was a couple more on the internet, and this was going for a fair price. It did need some work. It had some wear to the corners and things, but I thought I was gonna, I had plans to take that to get restored. The inside lining had a mark on it of some ink, and I was gonna try to get that faded or get that taken out, but no rips, no tears or anything like that. So I went ahead and bid on this item. I got it for $200, and it came in from Poshmark. I checked the seller's reviews. She had amazing reviews. She had sold other pieces that were vintage and that stuff and never had a problem. She had been around for a while and, was a 5-star seller. But I still, even with all those things, I decided to get it authenticated. I'm so glad I did. It came back counterfeit. Guys, it came back counterfeit. I looked at it, and the only thing, like, now that, I looked, at the bag and I saw some things, the inside lining felt a little off. It felt, instead of feeling like, a textile or a nice thick, to some of the vintage bags that were made in the 90s, that even though they had like a textile lining, it was like thick. This did feel a little plasticky, but it was real leather. I mean, it looked legit, like the hardware, it looked like it was a good quality. It did nothing like, when you get a fake bag, like they spring fake. I got a fake saddle bag once and it just screamed fake. I knew it as soon as I saw it. It was not real leather. The leather was like, you could tell it was faux or a plastic kind of thing. And I knew it was fake, and I sent it right back. But this one was so hard to tell, and I thought that it was authentic. I took all the pictures, I took it in there, and it came back counterfeit. Don't believe the seller even knew it was fake. I contacted her. She's had great reviews. She got taken by somebody else. I mean, it looked really legit. So I sent her, a message. Obviously, I scheduled a return with Poshmark, and I did make sure to mention that this is a great seller. She did not know this item was fake. She was taken before, and I felt bad, like, telling her that. Telling her that, by the way, and she said she didn't agree. She said she was, she took the bag back. She goes, I don't agree with that. I still think it's authentic. I don't know how they can just see some pictures and say it's not authentic. But how Real Authentication works is they look at the pictures, they look at your engravings. They even are looking at some small things like the sizes. So I look back at some of the pictures of my tag and some pictures of the other items that have the tag that has the name on it. And the counterfeit bag looks a little different. It looks a little different with what the size of the letters, the spacing. There's so many minute things that they can zoom in on the pictures to tell. They know that it's fake. They're gonna ask for stitching, they're gonna ask for numbers, they're asked for the made by, they ask for pictures of the front of the bag, because there's certain things that the counterfeiters are not going to get perfect because they don't have the same tools. So I was very surprised, but very relieved to know that I wasn't out $200 on a fake bag. So I was able to return it with Poshmark, no problem. I felt bad telling the seller. She still doesn't believe it, but I gave her that knowledge of that, and she had no idea as well. So even when I think a bag is real, I am going to get it authenticated. You just have to protect yourself. That is the ugly truth. This is a huge multi-billion-dollar business. They use child labor. It is a way that, drug cartels launder money. They sell these bags to fund different things. It's an awful, scary business, and there's so many of these vintage fakes that are being circulated into other people's collections, and they just don't know. You have to make sure you protect yourself. So I'm going to show you how it works, my review of them. I love the service. I also follow them on Instagram, so I'll put their link down below because they always do things. Hey, do you think this is real? Do you think this is fake? And it just kind of helps you learn yourself, and I really appreciate learning more. I love designer items, and I want to learn more about them. So here is the new bag I'm revealed to you that I just got on Poshmark that we are gonna have authenticated. This is the Chloe Georgia bag. So this bag, if you know from my other videos, if not, I'll put it down below. I used to have this bag and I had it in the small version, and this is the medium version. It was smaller, it was in the red, but it was pretty worn. I got it for Fashion File for a steal, and I ended up sending it back to him after the 6 months were up. In case you don't know, Fashion File does a buyback after 6 months. They give you a price that they're gonna give you for your bag if you send it back to them so they can resell it. So I opted to do that just because there had a little bit more wear than I wanted, and the size was a little small. When I found this one, I told you I wanted to get it in black or blue if I could find it in the larger size, and I did. I ended up getting this bag for under $400. I think I got this bag, I'll put the price below, but it was just a little over $300, and I needed to get it authenticated just to make sure. Basic authentication costs $20, and you get an answer within 24 hours or less. If you want it faster, you do have to pay a little bit more money, and you can get it in 12 hours or less. So when you do authentication, they ask you for a few things. They're gonna ask you take pictures of the front of the bag, which I sent to them. They asked me for pictures of the logo. They ask you for pictures of the hardware. So if you look on here, there's details on the hardware with the Chloe. And then they ask for the card. So this one was a little bit hard on here in the corner, so I have to take pictures of it in the corner here. So they ask for that made by date, the number code that's in here. So I took pictures of that. I took pictures of all the hardware, and I sent it into them. I got an answer. It was about 10 hours. I sent it in the evening time. The next morning I woke up and they had a message that said they needed a better picture of the tag inside. It was not clear enough. So if they need more pictures, they have questions, they want to see other things, it doesn't necessarily mean that your bag is fake. It just means that they're having trouble seeing that. Because I looked at this bag, and I've owned this bag before, and it looked exactly like their bag, but again, I need to protect myself. I took another picture for them. I sent them back, and this bag, as I thought, came back authentic. But again, I thought my MCM bag was authentic, and it wasn't. So you just need to protect yourself. It's only $20 for that security, and I feel like that is priceless. Even though I'm out $20 when I did have to pay $20 for that one bag that I no longer have. But I saved myself I would have been out $200 had I had a fake bag, and I would have been walking around thinking it was real and then being crushed to be out $200. Because with that, I'm not even gonna sell it to someone. I'm not gonna sell someone a fake. I don't even know if I wanna donate it because it's a fit, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things. So I just, I was able to return it and send it back. And if you have a problem, like say you didn't use Poshmark, or you have a platform that's kind of argue with you that the bag is fake, you can pay an extra $10 and they will give a certificate with a rundown of why it was fake, certification that it was, all their paper and certification knowledge that they have, that you can actually send that to someone that's arguing with you that it's a real bag when it's not. And also, let's say you want to sell your bag, you might have a vintage piece, you can actually get, for $10 extra, you can actually get a slip after you've gotten your bag authenticated. Like I've got several bags that you'll see from the pictures that I've gotten authenticated. If I wanted to sell that bag, I could pay $10 and I could get a certification slip from them that I could put with the bag. So when I went to list it, I could say, yes, it's been certified, and it's been certified by Real Authentication. Super easy. The reason I love using the service, super fast. You can also send them links. So let's say there was something that you wanted to purchase and you could actually send them a link and look at it. I've seen some reviews from them where someone actually sent a link of the pictures and they were able to tell that this was two different bags. They said these were two different Hermes bags. They were real, like that's why it was hard. Some of the pictures, they were real Hermes stamps, things like that, but they could tell that it was different leather from the picture. They could tell that it was just 2 to 3 different types of bags that someone just put the pictures together on. They could, they can tell, they can look at a picture. Someone might have a legit tag, but they look at the front of the bag, well, they know the bag's fake, and that is a fake picture of a tag. Because that's the thing, is why I usually like to wait till I get the item to authenticate it, because people will steal other people's pictures. Especially on Poshmark, I've seen that. I actually was looking and I saw a picture of a bag, and a little bit later I found another seller that hadn't been around in a while, and they had a picture, the exact same pictures. And I'm like, that's a real bag, but that's somebody else's bag and they're selling you a fake. And normally these people on Poshmark will list the bag under $500 because they know it will not get authenticated by Poshmark. If a bag is over $500, it does get authenticated by Poshmark. So that's why I always authenticate it myself when, even if I'm sure, like I was sure that this bag was, but because I've been burned before with one, I'm so, like, I will always authenticate my pieces. I've always done that, especially because I get really great prices on pieces, and I just need that protection because people send you fake pictures. You'll see the pictures and that might be authentic, but you get the item and it is not. They steal pictures from the internet. So that's why, even though the pictures may look real, when you get the item, I always get authenticated when I receive it. And Poshmark platforms I like Poshmark, and I also buy from Japanese sellers on eBay, and then when you buy, I like to buy through PayPal if I'm using other ones, because PayPal will protect your money. You just send them a slip saying, hey, this was fake, I got it authenticated, and it's not authentic. You'll get your money back. Poshmark is the same way. It was super simple. I just said, hey, I got this authenticated. I just did a screenshot of it being considered fake, and that was enough. And Poshmark immediately said, okay, send that bag back. Your funds will be returned as soon as that bag has been delivered to the seller. Protect yourself. People suck, and I love Real Authentication. I'm gonna have a link for them below for you guys so you can see them and check them out. Your first time you do it, you get, like, I think I got it free or $10 off my first time I used them, so that was really, really nice. I am not sponsored by them. I am just a fan. I just want to encourage you. You get that deal. You think it's an amazing deal. It's awesome, but you got to protect yourself. It may not be that amazing deal that you were hoping for. And sometimes there's nice people out there and they have no idea they have a fake. They just don't, because they're not experts. So you're not an expert either. So go ahead and hire yourself an expert for $20. Okay, guys, as always, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye, guys.